All right, you guys, welcome to Wednesday night, the best night of the week, where we get our team call, we get our team time, and we are ready to go. And I am so pumped, so pumped, because my girlfriend, Jessica Mares, is going to be rocking this call tonight. She is, I mean, we all know Jessica. We all love Jessica. We just, oh my gosh, like, is there anybody so brilliant and honest and like just incredible that like is there anyone else that you've met that is like at that caliber? Because not for me. Like I just actually, so I will say this, Michael and I were just upstairs and he was like, who's doing the call tonight? And I said, Jess is. And he goes, she's another one that needs to submit all her entire Beachbody transformation because she deserves to win like the crown of the universe. And I was like, you're right. And he was like, she is just her transformation physically, but also what we've seen mentally, emotionally, spiritually is just profound. And so, Jess, that's like hats off to you, because if there is one thing about Jessica Mares, it's that girlfriend never says die. She is like in it all the way. And it's just, she is just so remarkable. And I just love you to pieces. I'm so grateful that God placed you in my life. And I'm just so psyched to have you lead the call tonight. So I'm turning it over to you, girlfriend. I'm going to mute myself even. And you guys are going to see me. There's a bug on my screen, like a big fly that's been flying around my house for like 4 hours. And so I'm going to try to kill it. So if you see my camera fly across the room, that's why. So without further ado, Jessica Mares.
Okay. Oh my gosh. There's so many of you guys on right now. I'm like, ooh. Okay. So I'm actually feeling really good. So today was actually a really good day. I went to the lake with my family. I've got my incense going. I've got my blanket. So I'm really excited to chat with you guys, kind of like we're besties, and just sit here. So when Jillian actually asked me to talk on this team call, I think my heart skipped like 12 beats and my legs went numb and I was like, oh my God. And then I knew that I had to do this because it was something scary, and we'll get to that a little later. So for those of you who actually don't know, I have been a coach since November of 2014, and I've been a coach since January of 2017. And the coach that I was 2 years ago is completely different from the coach that I am in this third year. It is a crazy, it's been a crazy ride. I'm really thankful for the person that I was 2 years ago because it brought me to where I am today. And I'm just going to start not too far back, probably from actually last August. I just had my son, and I had just stopped nursing, and I was so eager to lose the baby weight. And apparently, I didn't realize that I had a lot more to lose that I really needed to shed other than the baby weight. So I decided to commit to Insanity Max 30 in August of last year, and I only finished the first 30 days. And I modified the whole time, and I'm not sure what made me stop. It was one of those things where I didn't look in the mirror the whole time, that whole 30 days, and I saw results, which was awesome, and then I stopped. And I think even to this day, I was afraid of completing something. And there's always been something that has held me back from accomplishing one certain thing and sticking with one thing aside from my relationship. Do you know what I mean? So after August, I saw some results and I stopped, and I fell back into every old habit that I had had for the past 2 years. And I started the self-loathing again, and I sat on my bed and I cried because I had gained all of that weight back through drinking and all of these unhealthy habits that I just couldn't kick. And I cried because my clothes wouldn't fit. And it was more than just the clothes, you guys. It was everything that I was frustrated with myself about. I had postpartum depression last year, and Lucas was working in Freeport, and he was working like 70 hours a week. And so I was at home with my son. I had no car, I had like no adult interaction, and I was going crazy. The only thing that I felt I had control over was not my fitness and my wellness. It was the bad habits And I was like, this is the only thing that I have control over. It was like smoking and drinking, which is horrible as it sounds, but it's true. And that's how I saw myself. Fast forward to December, Lucas actually quit his job, which was a blessing because he was sick of not seeing us and we were sick of not seeing him. And I realized that I needed to start over too. So in January, I had I don't even know how it happened, you guys. It's like I woke up in January, like one morning, and it was like, I either do something with this business that has been sitting at my feet for almost 3 freaking years, or I quit. It was like make or break. And I decided to go for it. So I paid $40 and I signed up Lucas as a coach, and my brother bought a challenge pack for me and he became a coach and I became Emerald. I had been a coach for almost 3 years, you guys. So I just went Emerald in January. I made that decision. That is when I really became a Beachbody coach. You see how I've been a coach for twice. So that was really cool. I focused on my nutrition and I focused on myself for that whole month. In February, I decided to take my physical wellness to the next level. I did the 3-day refresh and decided to commit to Insanity Max 30 again, which was kind of like my white whale, right? So I committed to that again, and I told myself that I needed to drink the freaking Shakeology and I needed to press play and I just needed to do it, and there was no more excuses. I've been telling myself these excuses for years, and I was done, and I did every single workout and I did not miss one. And I didn't follow the meal plan completely, but I did eat very mindfully. And I saw the best results of my life, and I modified the whole time, which I thought was even cooler. You guys, that last day, I cried. And I'm going to get a lump in my throat. That was the day that changed my life. That was the day that I decided that I was accomplished and I was happy and I freaking did it. And I stuck with something for 60 days. And for the first time in my life, I did it and I didn't give up. And that was huge. So I thought to myself, Beachbody has officially changed my life. I'm no longer that girl that hears about Beachbody changing people's lives. And I'll admit, I used to be like, liars. Like, I was like, no way, Beachbody doesn't change lives. There's no way. I have my sparkling water here because I'm sick and there's no ice in it. And I'm really upset about that. And I'll get to that in a minute. But so from that point on, I was like, I need to do this. This has changed my freaking life because it does that, right? And I need to start thinking about what we do differently, because I was making it so complicated and scary before. You guys, if the way you think about what we do is complicated or scary, you need to keep it simple, sweetheart. You need to kiss every single thought goodbye, because what we do is freaking easy. What do we invite people to? We invite people to hang out with us for 3 or 4 weeks, work out, receive so much love, and drink chocolate shakes that taste like freaking cake. Like, that's what we invite people to. What is so scary about that? There's nothing. So a year ago, Erin Morris posted. If you have not familiarized yourself with Erin Morris, I suggest you do so, because girlfriend freaking speaks to me. Okay, she posted a video about hard versus not hard, and Beachbody is not hard, you guys. She talked about the hard that she went through when her son was in the hospital and she didn't know if he was going to make it or not. She posted and she talked about how difficult it was to learn how to care for a special needs child in such a short amount of time while raising 3 other kids. She had to learn so much. Okay, guys, that is hard. What we do is not. Okay, quitting addiction is hard, infertility is hard, divorce is hard. What we do is actually really, really easy. And it's also, I feel like it's so easy for us to be worried about sounding salesy. And there are so many reasons that go into that. I used to be afraid of sounding salesy. And guess what happened? I did. I sounded salesy for 2 years because I was so concerned about it. I can't even believe that I am going to say this, but I used to see people as a number and not like a paycheck, as a Success Club point. And that's what I saw them as. And when someone would approach me, I would talk to them and I would get so eager to see my name on that board that I would either word vomit or sound exactly like the person that I was trying to avoid so much. My recommendation when you talk to people is that you are talking to your best friend, or that you're talking to, I don't know, Jillian or somebody. You need to be talking to you and explaining the value that you have to offer, and stop worrying about the Success Club, because it will come when you start speaking from your heart. And I know this from experience. So that being said, the moment that I decided to start going full on into coaching, all the BS started slamming right into my face. And if you are not familiar with Jen Sincero, the BS is the big snooze, and that is the ego. That's the ego that tries to derail you from following your heart. It's what tests you to see if you are really ready to go against the grain and do your own thing. Okay, I got called, and this is just this year, okay? I have been called money hungry. I've been called a scammer, a spammer, like this is a pyramid scheme. I've been called like I'm only in it for the business. I have all of these things, and all of these things that people are saying aren't really directed at me, but yes, people do say that stuff, and they say it not just about me, but about Beachbody coaches in general. And that stems from social media. That's where our business is. Have you guys ever seen that meme that is like, friend who I haven't talked to in 4 years messages you, and they're like, this feels like a trap, and they're like, hey, have you heard about Beachbody? Like, that's how people view us. A lot of people view us as pushy. It's up to us to show them that this is completely different. So I've had people say this stuff to me. Yes, share our stories. I've had people say this to me. There is so much negativity out there, and if you haven't experienced it yourself, you will. And I am telling you right now, if you look at these people and you do not respect their mindset, or you do not, appreciate the way that they live their life, and you don't want anything about them as your own, why are you putting any stock into what they say? You just shouldn't. There is a really cool, I'll get to that in a minute. Like when people question Shakeology and Beachbody, why do we get so upset? It used to really piss me off, right? When people were like, I don't know, Shakeology is really not that good. And I'd be like, what? What are you talking about? It's like the best thing in the whole world. I wasn't mad at them for questioning Shakeology. We get mad when people say these things because it's like they're questioning our integrity. It's like they're questioning us because we believe it so much. There is this really cool analogy that some super trainer actually said, and it was the sandwich analogy. And it's you at a restaurant and you order like a BLT and you're sitting at your table and somebody brings you like a tuna melt. And you're like, wait a minute, that's not mine, and you send it back. That's my recommendation on what you guys need to do with haters. Take that negativity, send it back, just like you would with that sandwich. When something upsets us so much, and this is something I've just learned this year because I haven't even dealt with stuff like that since this year. When something triggers you, that's a sign that you have something to heal, right? That's a sign that you need to heal something within yourself, and then you need to take everything that these people are saying to you and send it back. Send it back, and that's not yours. You need to wash your hands of it. These people say these things because they have something going on in their own lives. There was a really cool quote that I'm going to post to the team page later that I didn't write it down, but I really should have. And it has to do with you scaring people. And that's just going to happen. Some people are scared when they see people following their dreams. And that's okay. So it's not just the negativity that kind of makes us shrink back. I don't think it's also success, other people's success. I think as humans, naturally, we shrink a little bit when we see somebody who may have started out at the same level as us and they just like skyrocket all of a sudden. Or maybe it's just me because I'm a Cancer. I don't know. And you see all these people, maybe I'm going to reference Beachbody because that's what we're here to talk about. When you start off at the same level as somebody and maybe all of a sudden they're diamond and you're not, and your immediate reaction is to be like, oh, I'm no longer worthy. I want you guys to picture yourself as a flower, okay? And there's a reason why. You guys are worth so much. Every single person on this call and who will be watching this call is worth so much. And once you realize that, you will get so much greatness. If you guys have not heard of The Secret, I suggest you go read it right now. It's basically the law of attraction. And you need to believe wholeheartedly and 150 million trillion percent that something is going to happen for you, that you already have it. If you're like me, maybe you're a manic manifester and you try, I still do kind of. I need to control everything. That's just something that's like my personality. I need to be in control of everything. So like I pictured myself doing this team call tonight and I pictured having ice in my water, and we went to the lake today and my freezer was open and my ice didn't freeze. And I got home and I was like, oh, team call's ruined now. Like I don't have ice for my water. And that's just something that you need to let go. And it's a small thing, but it was hard for me. And I was like, no, it's cool. It's going to be fine. I have a problem with the law of attraction when it comes to trying so hard to make something happen that I actually block it from happening. So when you guys realize how amazing you are and maybe something happens that makes you want to shrink, whether it's a negative person or maybe it's somebody else doing really, really well, I want you guys to just picture yourself as a flower and you just stay open to the sun and just receive everything. It's hippy dippy, I know, and that's kind of the way I roll, but you just have to keep an open mind and you've got to try it because it really works. When you become one with your higher power, God or the universe, you will start to receive all that greatness. You guys, I can't even say it enough. You're worth so much. You guys are the light that helps people succeed. Do you know how many people have told me that they were happy to have met me? That they were happy that I have been in their life? They didn't, they're not talking about Carl or Autumn. They are talking about you and me. And we are the ones we are the light, and we are the ones that are helping them to succeed. Hold on. And I want you guys to remember that if you ever doubt yourself, I spent like 2 years doubting myself, which is why I'm stressing this so much. You need to remember that you know more than the person that you are about to help. And you are worthy of helping them, and you can help them. I could probably, I'm on my phone, but I'm scrolling through, go to every single one of your Facebook pages and look at all of your posts and send you a message and tell you how much you have added to my life just by going through your posts. And I even just might do that. That is how easy it is to realize how great you are. And I really want you guys to hang on to that. And I just want you to know how incredible you are. So do scary stuff, because and this is actually the last thing that I have to tell you. Do scary stuff. So like I said, when Jillian asked me to do this call, I was like, when you're in a car and you see the cop lights behind you, and even if they're not pulling you over, they're like driving by, but like you're like, oh my God, like that's how I was. And I knew from that initial reaction that I had to do this, because in order to grow, we have to do scary shit, right? We have to do it. That's the only way we're going to grow. It's the only way our business is going to grow. There are some things in September that I have planned personally that scare the poop out of me. And I would just encourage every single person who watches this video to do something in September that really frightens you. Like, and it's going to help you grow. So my thing is like, I want to start going live, but I'm not somebody who like, I'm either in or I'm out. So when I go live, I'm going to be going live like 3 times a week, which means I better start thinking of topics now to go live and start talking about. But that's something that scares me. Doing this call scared the crap out of me, but I knew I needed to do it because that's how I was going to grow. Hi, Colleen. It's okay. That was the only message I saw. Sorry. So that is it. Know your worth. Do scary stuff. Don't listen to the haters. Drink your freaking Shakeology. Do your workout and help people do it, and keep it simple. Do not overcomplicate what we do, because it just leads into a huge mess. Because what we do is so easy, and it really does change lives. Because if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. And that's it. The end.
Amen, sister. That was awesome. Okay, I would love to know what everyone is going to do in September that's scary for them. I would love, like, take a second to think about it, but I would love for you guys to pop it in the chat box and we can talk about it. I'm going to have to think about something, but you know what? Like, do you remember, I think a couple calls ago, I actually talked about, like, the vision that I had for the team is that, like, I always want you to have that uncomfortable feeling of being outside your comfort zone, because that is when you know that you're growing. And I think that this is the perfect, like, tangent to that. Like, this stems from that beautifully. Jess, I love your conviction. I love your story. I love how you shared that you have 2 start dates as a coach. Like, you signed up as a coach and then you made the decision to coach, right? Like, there's a big difference there, and I think that's huge. And I think that's super valuable for people too. You know, everybody is different, right? Like, we can all take like spices from other people's cabinets, but ultimately we have to do things our way. Some of us, that means you are going to hit that like coach button and you're going to go, right? Like, you are growing and going. Some of us, that means we're going to take our time. We're going to do whatever stuff we have to do for ourselves, and then we hit the go button. And you know what? There's no right or wrong way to do it. Make sure the actions that you take are aligning with your goals, right? That has to be the key all the time. If you want to grow a business but you're not doing the actions, like Jessica just said, do your workout, drink a shake, do the personal development, and do like scary stuff to grow you, then you're not gonna grow your business. But if you are wanting it, we've got the tools and we've got the team, right? Like, my favorite thing that she said was, I'm just going to sit here and talk to you guys like we're besties, because we are. You guys, like, this is amazing. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you. Super proud of you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Let's read. Colleen, I am doing my first solo clean eating group in September. Go, girl. That's awesome. Talk about a huge business catapulter right there. Awesome. Super pumped for you. Let's see. Casey, going live more, taking this business so much farther by proving I can support my family with it full time. Huge. Huge, huge, huge. And here's the thing. You can talk about that tastefully, right? Like, and that is a momentum builder, because once you are sharing even those little things along the way of what it's given to you in terms of freedom and finances, just make sure you put the disclaimer on anything that you put finances on for the whole group. I know you know, Casey. You know, that's just huge, because people, that's attention getting, right? And that's huge. Who else has something? Anything? Hannah, I see your wheels turning, girlfriend. Hannah's
You
like,
always see them going. You're
I
so
do.
good.
I do. I see him turning. And by the way, I tried to hit the fly 4 different times and it's still buzzing around here. And I'm normally a good fly getter. But anyways, girlfriend, you got something for us?
Yeah, so I don't really know like how to say it like in words, but obviously I'm super fearful of like having a big girl job and like having my own classroom. So I guess like my hugest fear is that I don't have time for this business, which I know is possible to have time for this business because a lot of people have done it as being full-time teachers or a full-time job. So I know I can do it, but still I'm like, my heart hurts thinking about, maybe not having enough time for this business. So I guess I need to like figure out what I need to do and not be so fearful of it and just do both.
Okay, so can I speak to that directly? Because I think that this will help a lot of people. What is fear and what is anxiety? Like, what is that nervousness that you feel? Oftentimes, it is related to something that hasn't even happened yet. Right? Think about that. When we worry, that's the word I'm looking for. Worry is often tied to something that hasn't even happened yet and likely may not happen. So we spend a ton of time and energy in a state of worry about something that may not even come to fruition in that way, shape, or form at all. Right? So like, oh gosh, like we could all think of a bazillion examples, but okay, last night, so in a group that I'm running right now, I am doing a 5 a.m. meditation every Wednesday morning. So what did I do? I went to bed last night worried that I wouldn't wake up at 5 a.m. So then what did I do? I woke up every flipping hour of the night because I was worried about it. It wasn't that I had slept through my alarm and I was like stressed that I did that. No, I was worried that something was going to happen in the future. And guess what? It didn't happen. My alarm went off. I got out of bed. I got up and rocked the meditation. It was fine. So often we project this fear out based on things that aren't even true, based on things that aren't even there yet. So I want you to think about that. When you are feeling like those like stirrings in your heart of like, ooh, is it because you're reacting to something that has happened that maybe you have to go back and apologize for or reroute or figure out a different thing? Or literally, are you spending energy on something that hasn't even happened and probably won't happen? Hannah, like, let's talk about this for a second. Girlfriend, you rock your business. You show up on social media more authentically than any other human being I know. Like, you just share your life. That's how you grow your business. You're going to tell me that because you're going to go to school now and be a teacher, which, by the way, let's just rewind even further. Girlfriend, you were the student body president. You worked full time. You taught in college. You went to classes. You had more stuff going on then than you're going to have going on in the future. I can promise you this. Right? So you cannot for a second tell me that you're going to stop posting and sharing your life because you're going to be in school from the hours of 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. or whatever it is. You can't tell me that you're going to stop posting and sharing your life. That's just not, I don't believe that. So I encourage you, release it. Accept the like, eek of like, yeah, you're starting something new. Like, that's not to be downplayed. This is really flipping cool time in your life. But don't replace that like eek nervous energy for like, this is happening. Like my big girl job is about to begin, right? Like, don't replace that with fear that it's going to overpower other areas of your life. Does that help?
Oh my goodness, yes. That's good. Like everything I need to hear.
Good. Little kickstart. But we all do it, right? Like, we get into those thoughts of like, what if? It's like, what if what? Like, it's probably not even going to happen the way that you're worried about. So let it go. Pull an Elsa and let it go. And every time you feel that fear come up, just witness it. Don't judge yourself on it. Don't kick yourself in the butt. It's okay, but just release it. You can have all the different feelings about going to school and starting your job, but don't add on the, and what if I can't build Beachbody on top of it? No, you'll figure it out. And we're all here to support you through that, right? Bam! Who else has something for me? Now I'm on a roll. Jessica has me all fired up. Can I share some Brene Brown in a minute? Casey, of course you can.
Okay, I think I got myself unmuted. Okay,
You did.
yeah, so I've been like all about Brene Brown for a while now. Like it's kind of ridiculous, but I'm rereading The Gifts of Imperfection, and I just got through the part, and I don't know if I can find it, so I'll just talk about it. But where she talks about, I don't remember how she says it, like trudging through the swamps, and about how you can stand there and think about how hard it's going to be, and everything that could happen along the way, and everything that you're going to encounter, and how you could drown and how you can fall, or it's not. Like, that's so much harder to stand there and watch that happen, and it's so much more painful to stand there and watch that and worry than it is to just go through, to just trudge through the swamp and figure it out on your way. And that's kind of where I've been lately. Like, I have a lot of emotional stuff going on personally in my life right now, and a few months ago, this is where I would have stepped back and stopped posting, and I would have stopped talking to people, and I would have scaled it back. But I'm not. I'm still showing up for myself. I'm still doing my workout. I'm still drinking my shake. I'm still doing my personal development. And I'm still posting. I'm putting it out there every day and trudging forward some days. And it's always really rewarding. And after I do it, it always is like, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. And this was so much easier than if I was to sit back and hide. And when you do that and you put your real self out there, I mean, people want to connect with the busy teacher. People want to connect with the person who's struggling and going through stuff and watching, you know, their parents have a hard time physically, you know, like that's, people want to connect with real people, and that's what we are. And we are a really cool group of people. Oh, Jessica, I want to squeeze you too.
We are a really cool group of people. I love that. It's interesting that you shared that. Thank you for doing that, because I was at a retreat this weekend for my business coach, the one that she put on, and I learned some deep stuff about myself this weekend that, like, I'll go there at some point and I'm just not ready yet. I gotta, like, whew. But, like, one thing that I learned is that my whole life I have been, like, go, 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 go. Or, like, eek, stop. Like, if once, like, the forcing gets to be too much, it's like I want to, like, just stop everything. And in one of the topics in one of the pieces of feedback that I got was, don't do that. You don't have to force, but you also don't have to just, like, hands in the air, stop everything. Take small steps forward. Keep going. Share you, and do it in a way that's meaningful and feels good. Right? So that's the part of it, or the point of it. And because guess what? If we're going through that, if people like us who are as flipping happy as we are, with this amazing group of uplifting, like-minded people who drink all the adaptogens in the flipping world because of Shakeology, work out and read personal development, if we can still get in this mindset and in this space of like, then what do you think other people are in the mindset of? Right? Like, doesn't that make you want to, like, step up and say, I'm a Beachbody coach and I can help you. Like, I can help you because I get it and I've got it going on a lot, like, more efficiently, effectively than you do because you don't have these tools yet, and I can help you with that. So thank you, Casey. That was beautiful. I appreciate it. And anytime we can get Brene up in here, I'm all about that. Let's see. Anyone else put anything scary in there? No. All right. Well, think about it. Think about it and post it to the team page. Amanda, I see your wheels turning too, girlfriend. I like that shirt. Wine, pizza, Netflix, yoga pants. Sounds like one heck of a Wednesday night over there. Oh, I love it. Does anyone have any questions for Jess? I mean, girlfriend kind of rocked it, so I don't know that.
What you said about Shakeology just now and, like, how we're so happy all the time really just made me giggle, because I had a girl who, I mean, she's like one of my best challengers. She's lost so much weight, and she's actually a girl I worked with, and her husband was like, oh, you're a part of the Beachbody cult now? And I was like, yeah, like, cult of awesomeness. like Awesomeness Maximus, we're so lucky to be doing what we're doing. Like, yeah, okay, you can think Beachbody's a cult. I was like, we're so awesome. Probably from all the adaptogens making us so freaking happy all the time.
Amazing. No, but I want you guys to just like, you know, first of all, like if you do, and honestly, like I think after time, people just get tired of like spreading negativity toward you. So like every once in a while, someone might make a comment, but like, you know, remember that it's our job to be us. It's our job to educate people. It's our job to spread goodness in the world. It's our job to show up as authentically us. And when somebody has any negative comment to say to you about anything in life, then that is totally and completely on them. It's on them for the place that they are within their heart. It's on them for the connection that they have with God, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it. It's on them for just not knowing. And remember, people don't know what they don't know. So you be the difference maker. You be the one that shows them how it really is. You be the one that posts the happiness and shares the struggle, but does it in an uplifting way. Anyway, like go do that. Go be you. Don't focus on how other people will take it, because I promise you that is the quickest way to you driving yourself flipping batty. Just be you. Spread that and focus there. And ultimately, you're gonna it's kind of like you're gonna detox some of the people or the situations that are made uncomfortable because you're getting better and they're not. When you are making strides forward in life, there are some people that are going to lift you up and support you, and some people that are going to try to push you down because it's triggering something within them that they should be doing that, but they're just not there yet. So remember to give those people grace. They may be coming at you from a place that seems like anger or, you know, or ignorance or whatever, but ultimately they're coming from a place that's just, they're uncomfortable with where they are. They're uncomfortable in their own skin, and something within you is reflecting to them back what they're capable of doing. And that's a trigger for them right now because they're just not ready. So just remember that. So on a different topic, and then we will hop off the call unless anyone has anything else to say. You heard it here first. Literally, I've not posted this in the team page. Like nobody knows about this besides the man I'm married to because he's doing it with me. But I am doing the Ultimate Reset in September. Yeah, she said it. So I am starting it either on Sunday the 10th or Monday the 11th. If you would like to join me and we can get our own little like powwow group of love going. I know that there was a group that did it together at the beginning of the year. And I couldn't. I was breastfeeding at the time. And then I was planning on doing it in May. And then I got asked to be in the Shift Shop test group. So that was #awesome. So Ultimate Reset got put on hold. But, you know, if you are new and you're like, what the heck is the Ultimate Reset? I would encourage you to look into it. I also would encourage you to check out the team files. In the Shakeology file, there is a webinar by Shay Stanford, and it's like Shakeology, like volume 2, like why Shakeology is a BFD. I think that's literally what it's called. She does a whole section about the Ultimate Reset in that webinar. I would encourage you to listen to it and understand what it is. It's basically a whole body detox and a whole body reset. And people in the group can attest to the amazingness of it. It's all like nutritionally based, and I'm ready for it. You know, I'm ready for it after having 2 babies and 2 epidurals and just life, right? Breastfeeding, 2 babies, up and down in weight, and truly, after going through the Shift Shop and then like having a summer of like a lot of travel, a lot of fun, but a little bit too much indulgence. Like I'm just ready to like, So this is going to be happening after my sister-in-law's wedding, and I'm just psyched about it. So anyone wants to join me, please do. And please join me. Because I know that it's a lot easier when you do it in groups. So if any of you are ready, you are ready to kind of take your nutrition to the next level, you're ready to just like detox the crap out of you, let's do it together. So you heard it here first. Any words of encouragement are also welcome at this time. But
Well,
yeah.
there's Jillian something scary.
Oh yeah! That's my something scary! Thank you! I was like, crap, I gotta come up with more scary stuff. Oh,
That's pretty scary.
I'm super excited for it. And I know I'll do it because you guys know me. Like I say I'm going to do something and I'm going to do it. And it's just like me creating rules for myself, right? Like there are the rules. Like you just got to follow them. So I know that I'll do it, but it's definitely outside my comfort zone in terms of it's not a high. I mean, there's no high intensity working out with it, and you know, it's just all new. So, but it's time. So thank you, Casey, for pointing that out to me. Yes. Yeah, if anyone wants to join me, send me a message. I'm going to also post in the team page, but I said it here first to make it officially official. And sidebar, there is a dual kit. So if you and a spouse, significant other, best friend, sister, whatever, wanted to do it together, it's actually cheaper. You get two complete sets, but it's less expensive to get it that way. So I think Michael's going to be doing it with me again.
That'd be his third time doing it?
Yeah. Yeah. He did it once 2 years ago, and then once at the beginning of this year. And he's doing it in September. I was like, do you want to? And he was like, yeah, I guess. I was like, all right. Colleen, you should totally do it with me. You should totally do it. I officially changed my Shakeology to vegan Shakeology specifically for it. I know. So good. Okay, you guys, you're amazing. Thank you. Thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for your love and your energy. Thank you for connecting with Jessica and showing up and supporting our girl because she rocked it. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you guys for sticking with your guns and doing what you're meant to do. I am proud of you. And I just can't wait to continue to see how many people we get to love and serve and support along their journeys. Because I'll leave you with this thought. Remember this. Because you said yes to you and yourself, you're giving other people the opportunity to say yes. This weekend when I was at my retreat, my business coach said, like, you know, all of this, it seems so scary at the beginning, but imagine if I hadn't said yes to my dreams. None of you would be here right now. None of you would be chasing your dreams in a bigger way, a more expansive way. And I was like, it's so true, right? So hold tight to the fact that you are the beginning of that ripple effect. How cool is that? Go with that. Go and have a great night. Go and have go do some meditating. Go within and just feel what feels good tonight. And Jess, thank you so much. You crushed it, girl. Super proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.